In this video, I'm about to share everything you need to know to make at least 10K a month as a business coach. So if you're ready for more coaching clients, keep watching because I'm about to show you how. Hey, my name's Jason Moss. I'm a multi-six-figure business coach, and I've helped thousands of coaches grow their businesses. And before we dive in, if you're looking for a roadmap that you can follow to help you sign more coaching clients more consistently, I put together a free Get More Clients guide for coaches that walks through so much of my best marketing advice. It's completely free. I'd love to share it with you. And all you got to do to get it is click the link above or in the description down below. So when it comes to making 10K a month as a business coach, there are really 4 key things that you have to have dialed in your business in order to get there. And these 4 steps I call the launch method. This is our 4-step process, and we use today to help the clients that we work with scale to that 10K a month mark inside our various coaching programs. It will absolutely work for you as a business coach if you apply these 4 steps. So what are the 4 things you need to have in place in your business? Number 1, you got to get clear on your niche. You got to know who your people are. Number 2, you got to build an irresistible coaching offer, something that your people really want. Number 3, you've got to grow your audience online. So you've got to have the right strategies in place in order to do that, and also to nurture those people that are coming into your world so you can create consistent leads and people who are reaching out to you on a regular basis wanting to work with you. And then number 4, you've got to have an enrollment process in place to take those people who are interested and turn them into paying clients. Those 4 steps, that's the launch method. This is exactly what we help coaches do inside our various programs. And inside this video, I wanted to cover each of those 4 steps in detail and show you what you need to have in place as a business coach so you can get up to that 10K a month mark as quickly as possible. So number 1, we talked about, is getting clear on your niche, your ideal clients, who you serve, really the foundation to success as a business coach. And if you don't have a clear niche, you're going to struggle to get clients. But if you know who your people are, it's so much easier to attract the right people in the door and to sign clients consistently. So when it comes to choosing a niche as a business coach, what you want to ask yourself is, what kinds of businesses do I want to work with? You could work with anyone from a solopreneur who's maybe just getting started in their, online service provider based business, or a brick and mortar business that maybe has, 10, 15 employees in your local town who's wanting to scale or create more consistency in terms of their revenue. So really the key here is you want to narrow your focus, and that's going to make it so much easier to attract those people to you. Now, when it comes to choosing your niche, one of the other questions you want to ask yourself is, what problem am I solving in my coaching business? As a business coach, there's really 2 problems that you can solve. Number 1, we can look at the business opportunity problem, which is essentially someone needs help launching their business. Maybe they've never run a business before. They don't know what to do in order to get their business up and running and start signing clients and making an income. So essentially the business opportunity space is that. It's you're presenting an opportunity to somebody else, basically selling the outcome of, running a business, of having success, being your own boss. That is the business opportunity space. Now on the flip side, we could talk about the business growth space. This is essentially helping people who already have businesses, who maybe are at a certain revenue level. They want to get to a higher revenue level, create more work-life balance and not be, constantly chained to their business. That's another aspect of this. But generally what it comes down to is helping people make more money. So that is the business growth niche. And really you want to ask yourself, which of these 2 feels more resonant for you? Where do you feel like you have the most expertise and value to be able to contribute? So the key to attracting clients, particularly online, is we got to be narrow and specific in terms of the type of people that you're really here to serve and the problem that you're solving. And that really sums up step number 1 here, which is getting clear on the right niche for you. Okay, so once you're clear on who your ideal clients are, your niche, that brings us to step number 2, which is building your irresistible coaching offer. Your offer is what you sell. When you get on a call with someone and say, here's what I do, here's how I can help you, that is your offer. When someone feels like your offer can actually help them solve a problem, it feels like it's a heck yes, in their body. It's irresistible. It's this is what I really want. This feels like it makes a lot of sense to me. It seems like an awesome process. I feel like I'm connected to what's on the other side after working with you. I feel like this is going to help me get to where I want to be. That's when people are excited about working with you. And really this comes down to the strength of your offer. A couple key points on this. Number 1, when you are building out your offer, it's important that your offer is focused around an A to B transformation. It's important to remember, your ideal clients don't want coaching. No business owner wakes up in the morning and says, what I really want is to spend thousands of dollars on a coach. What they say is, I feel like I want to double my revenue over the next 90 days, and I'm not sure how to do that. Or I want to launch my business and go full time as a coach, but I don't know how to make that happen. These are examples of problems and challenges and desires that your ideal clients actually are telling themselves themselves that they want. When you structure your offer around that transformation, what you're really doing is you're selling what people actually want instead of coaching. So now someone sees your offer as a bridge to help them get to where they want to be. And that is when you'll start signing clients consistently. In terms of the format, if you're sub 10K a month as a business coach, is do one-to-one. My first year as a business coach, I did exclusively one-to-one. It was a great way to learn more about our clients and what was working for them and really refine my process and methodology for helping people. And later on, we scaled to group programs, online courses, and things like that that were more leveraged in terms of my time. So if you're under 10K a month as a business coach, what I want you to do is I want you to start with one-to-one. It's going to be the easiest offer to sell. It's also going to give you a real clear sense of what you need to put into like a group program or an online course later on. So when you do decide, if you do decide you want to transition to more leveraged forms of delivery, like you're set. You know what to put inside those things, and those programs are going to be successful because of it. And finally, in terms of pricing, when you think about pricing your offers, you want to price based on the lifetime value of what it is that you're offering. So asking yourself, if someone goes through this program with me, what are they going to get as a result? What does that increase in revenue look like? Maybe over the next 3, 5, 10 years, and really, project that out. And then in terms of pricing, we want to price as a fraction of that so that it feels like a win for them, right? I think lifetime value pricing is really important because remember, people are not buying your time. What they're buying is that outcome or result. So if you can help somebody double the revenue in their business and, look at, okay, over the next few years, that might be a couple $100,000 of additional revenue for them. If you're selling a $25,000 coaching program, it's a no-brainer. Now, we're really just scratching the surface in terms of building out your coaching offer. There's so much more to this, and also getting clear on your niche. There's a lot of pieces here. So I wanted to give you kind of like a high-level overview. If you're looking for more guidance and help and mentorship and support with this, we have a program called Coaching Launchpad that's really, I think, is one of the best in the industry at helping coaches scale up to that 10K a month mark. We work with a lot of business coaches, and if you're interested in getting help on a deeper level with growing your coaching business, there is a link down below in the description. You can click to apply to work with us, and we'd love to open up a conversation about how we might be able to help you. Okay, so that brings us to step number 3. How do you get people who are interested in working with you? Best way to do this, I think, is growing an audience online. There are so many great strategies for marketing, but I love building online communities and being able to create a space where people can connect with you, see you as an expert, build that trust and that relationship with you at scale. Honestly, I don't think there's any better way to get clients. So when it comes to growing your audience online, there are a couple of key principles you want to follow. The first is there are really 2 ways to attract leads when it comes to, building your audience online. You can do it through content and you can do it through conversations. Really, on a deeper level, we look at like marketing as like a push and a pull. So pull is like when you use content to draw people in. An example of this might be like recording a YouTube video like this. And it's a great way to connect with people at scale, and using that content to basically introduce people to me and what we do and how we help coaches can be a great way of bringing people in the door. So when you look at things like YouTube channels or, creating content on social media where you can create content on a regular basis that basically pulls the right people in. That's one angle. And then the other angle is conversations, which is more of like the push side of marketing. It's a little bit of a grind, I'll be honest. Outreach is not like my favorite strategy, but it works. When I, was first starting my coaching business, I got up to 10K a month using outreach. And I was just opening up conversations proactively on Facebook every single day with coaches. And so you can do this on social media platforms. You can do this through email and just being really intentional about reaching out to the right people. Now, there's a lot that goes into actually doing this well. We teach a lot of the deeper strategies and tactics behind how to do this inside all of our programs. But on a high level, we've got content and we've got conversations. And your marketing plan for growing your audience should probably incorporate both of these things to connect with new people in your niche, and over time to grow a network of people who are going to be interested in working with you. Now, if you're doing a good job with this, you'll see that more and more people are coming into your audience on a daily basis. You're seeing your followers, your email subscribers, the amount of people who are reaching out to you grow, and that's a great first step. But also super important to remember that most people don't meet you on day one and say, I want to work with you. There's a process that needs to happen of, someone warming up to you. And that takes time because building relationships take time. So what we want to do is we want to nurture those people who are coming into your world. But really, the best way to do this on a simple level is some form of content that positions you as what I call a likable expert. In other words, likable, the first piece here is like someone has to see you and go, I like this person. I feel like they're a human that I feel connected with. And then the expert piece, the other side of this is someone has to see you and go, wow, this person really knows their stuff. And they're an expert at the specific area that I need help with. And I feel confident that they can help me get from where I am today to where I want to be in my business. And then finally, having a way of inviting people who are ready to take that next step to work with you on a deeper level. This is what we call invitations. And this could be as simple as just, at the bottom of your social media post saying, if you're someone who is ready for help, growing your coaching business to 10K a month, click the link in my bio and go apply, to work with me right now. Like, here's, how we can help you. You've probably noticed I've made like 3 or 4 invitations in this video so far. So this is what an invitation might sound like. So we can lay out that red carpet for people who are ready to take that next step and work with you on a deeper level. And when you can do a good job with these things, you're growing your audience, you've got those growth strategies in place, you're nurturing the people within your audience, and then you're creating those invitations. You've got a consistent flow of people who are going to be reaching out to you saying, I want to work with you. What's the next step? And finally, that brings us to step 4 of this 4-step launch method process, which is enrollment. So if you're doing a good job growing your audience, you follow the steps that I just talked about, you're going to have people reaching out to you. So this is where enrollment comes into place, which is how do you take that person who is interested in working with you and maybe wants to know more, maybe has some questions or doubts, and how do you turn them into a client? Well, the best way to do this is over the phone. You can do it through DMs, you can do it through sales pages, but it doesn't work as well. So get people on the phone until you get to a place where, that doesn't make sense anymore in your business. Selling through the phone is all about asking the right questions. When you ask the right questions, what you really do is you help somebody sell themselves and you pre-overcome objections so that somebody doesn't get to the end of the call and they have 50 reasons why they're not ready. If you ask the right questions, someone will sell themselves so that by the time you get to your pitch, they're excited about working with you. For example, a question like, well, what happens if things don't change here? This is a powerful question because when you ask somebody this question, what you're doing is you're helping them connect what we call cost of inaction. In other words, if things don't change, there are going to be negative consequences. If someone's in their business and they're struggling and they're not making enough income, then maybe they're going to have to go back to a 9-to-5 in 6 months because someone's had those insights and realizations, again, through the power of you asking the right questions. You don't have to deal with a lot of objections and issues on the back end of the call. So just one example of a powerful question you can ask. Also really important when it comes to these conversations that you pitch the result instead of the process. So I see a lot of business coaches make this mistake on sales calls because they're so excited about how they help people and they're excited about marketing or systems. Look, I'm a business coach too. I get it. I get excited about those things too. But the truth is, most people work with me not because they want systems or strategies, but because they want to double their income or they want more clients. They want the outcome. They want the result. So when it comes to selling people on working with you, you want to remember that on these calls and pitch the outcome or the result instead of the process. So what this sounds like is instead of spending 5 minutes telling people about how you're going to do all these systems, in their business, you tell them like, hey, at the end of working together, we're going to put everything in place so you can double your income and you can cut your hours by, 10 to 15 per week and you can still make the same amount of money. And that's going to be the result. After we work together for 3 months. See the difference? One is so much more compelling, right? So pitching the outcome or result instead of the process. This is just one of many keys to success when it comes to selling. And we teach a lot of these principles inside Coaching Launchpad. We give you a sales script that literally hands you the exact right questions to ask on these calls. So you're not guessing. You can go into a conversation with confidence. You know exactly what to say to convert people who are interested into working with you and signing up as paying clients. You got to make sure you have something in place in your business to do this. And really that brings us to a recap of this whole video, which is these 4 steps of our launch method. If you want to get to 10K a month as a coach, you got to follow these 4 steps. Number 1, get super clear on your niche. Number 2, build that irresistible coaching offer. Number 3, grow your audience. And then number 4, dialing in that enrollment process. So when you've got those leads who are coming in the door, you've got a real system and a process to turn them into clients. But if you got those 4 things in place, it's going to be so much easier to get to 10K a month. So I hope you found this video helpful. And if you're looking for more of a roadmap that you can follow to get on track to 10K a month and also just to scale, to get more clients, to grow your business, I put together a free Get More Clients guide for coaches that walks through so much more of my best advice to help you get there. And you can get it completely free by clicking the link above or in the description down below. And if you enjoyed this video, you're definitely going to love that one too. So click the link on the screen to go check that out, and I'll see you in the next video.